Well, it depends. We can jump in really at any stage. For instance, I have a current client where I'm handling the purchase before the contract was ever signed. So I draw up the contract for them for the purchase and the sale, and then make sure that the party that I'm representing, that their interests pursuant to the contract that's been signed are protected and that those are enforced. And then you have certain riders that may need to go along with the contract, and I make sure that those are properly prepared and executed by all the parties. And then it goes to the closing, where all the documents that are required to obtain title insurance, if that is required. If there's any type of financing, it's going to be required by a financing company or a bank. That definitely be required. But even in a cash deal, it's really a good idea to have owner's insurance. So even though it's not required by a lender and you can close without it, the purchaser kind of puts themselves at risk if they do not obtain title insurance. So there's certain documents that the underwriter requires. We make sure that those are executed by the parties, and they don't put the parties at risk, and typically they don't. And so that those are executed so title insurance can be provided. Sometimes you'll have extensions that are on there. A lot of times I get involved where one party or the other will sign a contract and then the other one will decide to either try and cancel or terminate the contract. There are deposits that are involved. Sometimes those are not returned when they should be. Sometimes they're demanded to be returned and they really shouldn't be. At that point, they should be non-refundable. So those issues pop up even prior to closing, and those may, in some instances, excuse me, go all the way to litigation. We handle that all the way through litigation as well. And then if those don't pop up, then we review the HUD statement, which is the closing statement, to make sure all the numbers add up. Typically they do, because they're all computer generated, but you still have humans that are entering the information. And so you need to make sure that the prorations for the taxes and for any kind of assessments that are due to the HOAs, any other liens or encumbrances are on there and have been accounted for when the funds are to be dispersed, and then make sure that the funds are dispersed properly. And if any of those things go wrong, then, as I stated before, then my firm can handle the litigation end of it as well, all the way through trial if necessary.